Hey y'all, it's me again, Delightful Soul. I hope everyone is doing well out there, and I thank you for being here with me, watching my channel. Please subscribe, like, and share. Comment below, and let me know what your thoughts are. Well, I'm going to go on to discuss the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm going to try to make it as exciting as it is. And if I sound like I'm just dragging and not exciting, that's because I don't have any exciting things to talk about. But let's just get into it. The Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, episode 2. I was listening to, other people and the fans and everything on Twitter and Instagram. A lot of them are reporting that this particular season is extremely boring for the simple fact it doesn't have the main characters that many are used to looking at. Also, many of the characters that has been there for the longest and have some type of precedence there, they don't have a real storyline. You got Candy, you have Kenya, you have Marlo, you have others that we're not kind of interested in their storyline at this point. For instance, the episode started with Sonya and her sister and her mother. They spent a few moments talking about beef patties. They talked about their stay in Atlanta, how they like it, how they're adjusting to everything in Atlanta, coming from Jamaica, of course. And her mother and sister, they are part of her team as far as managing her. So she said it would make sense for them to be in the same area, of course, where she is. And then we go on to talk about how many people are living in her home. And I guess this is temporarily, but there are 9 people. You have Sonya and Rawls. You have her mother and father. You have her sister and her husband. And then you have the children. And I believe that Sonya's sister has 2 children and Sonya's children. So, in a nutshell, talking about beef patties, how many boxes each person has, I don't believe in any sphere of this television sphere that people are interested in that information. We want to see exactly what is she doing now that she's not running track and field. Then we have the scene where Kenya meets up with Sheree at Sheree Chateau or Chateau Sheree, and they meet there. Sheree finally finished her home, and a lot of people don't understand why people don't like Kenya, and I hear a lot of comments or read a lot of comments where people are saying we just are against Kenya. But Kenya is that type of female that comes up and just starts drama. I remember when she was first introduced to the show, the first thing that she did was attack Sheree about her home. And a lot of people thought maybe that was funny, that was shade and different things like that. It just gave me the impression that Miss Universe or Miss America, don't correct me on this, I really don't care, but she's a nasty individual, and I lost.
Why is it always Kenya, the one who's getting cussed out all the time? Did she just rub people the wrong way?
As I see her character on this show, now is she a bad person, a good person, or whatever the case may be? Not at all. And this just may be her trying to make herself relevant often on this show. But anyway, she attacked Sheree when she was first introduced to the show, talking about Sheree's home, and hers were being built at the same time. But I must say that Sheree's home is beautiful, in my opinion. So those of you talking about for years, she ain't finished that house yet, that house is not finished, or the basement is not finished. Well, it is, and she has very tall ceilings in her basement, which is very, very nice. And while you're talking about what she has and what she doesn't have, make certain that you have something equivalent to or better than. Okay, so that's all I got to say about that. Well, the two, Sheree and Kenyon, they get to talking and they're talking about that Drew has the same assistant. And this assistant, in all essence, is talking trash about Sheree. I believe saying that Sheree owes him money and different things like that. So we just got to see how that part plays out. And I think that it's a situation where he wants to be made relevant as well. So with Drew and Sheree having the same assistant, it's going to be very interesting what information that he's feeding back and forth between Drew and Sheree. So also within the same scene, we have Sheree call Sonya to talk about the drama and to confirm what Marlo said about Kenya living in an apartment when she moved.
Look at you! Oh, you dressed all show. Where you live, bitch? You look good. What is this, honey? I had to move out of Kanye's house before, so I thought this was the best option for me on a short notice. This is not where I live. This is where you live, honey. Let me see what's going on. Oh, Delvin, show me around.
Moved to Atlanta and had a white refrigerator. Which was very interesting because most of them come off like they were born with a silver spoon in their mouths, forever or man, and now that they're on reality Housewives, they tend to not only turn their nose down to women who are equal status of them, but you can imagine how they are in real life. I mean, if you can go that far on TV. So I'm taking this as Sheree, Sonya, and Kenya being just the messiest group for nothing on Atlanta Housewives, and I will assume that this is to give them a storyline, because frankly, word on the curve is that no one wants to hear about Sonya's beef patties. No one wants to hear about Sheree unless they are talking about Tyrone, but he cannot participate, or he does not want to participate in Atlanta Housewives. And of course, Kenya is Kenya. Well, let's move on to talk about Candy brought up the Instagram post of Drew's assistant. I guess she found her on Instagram. He claims that he fired her. Well, he is still having contact or interactions with her. So, in many women's opinion and eyes, that is still a problem for you to fire someone and then you're still interacting with them. Is that Bravo is good on receipts. They will show you text messages, pictures. They would even go back and pull up old clips, videos, and files. Well, in this case, Bravo has not shown us a picture. They have not even shown us the tweets from the lady. Not even this season. Now, like I said, I didn't watch last season, and it's judging by this season, there's a reason why. But I didn't watch last season. But this season, they did not have videos, tweets, pictures, or anything of the likeness. So we don't know, and we're thinking that this particular storyline is just a facade so that Drew can have a storyline, her and her husband. And I'm going to talk more about that later on. Well, Drew says that her husband is gaslighting her, and which is a common term used today in the urban community. And I believe that Bravo is jumping on top of that term. And this is the problem that we have with Bravo. They want to use our aesthetics, our vocabulary, and everything like that. But at the same time, they let that little dog whistle and other racial injustice or bias show their face. You know, we normally analyze the difference between the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Potomac as opposed to the other Housewives franchise. Now, let's go on to Candy. Candy, of course, is producing a play. I missed the name of the play, but she says doing very well. She claims that she will be the only, this is the first black rendition of this particular play, and others have proof that that is not. Candy is doing a play. Candy and Todd discussing the fact that he needs to help her with the home businesses, and they talked about who is gone often and what type of management and overseeing that is going on with the businesses at home. It is said allegedly that Todd is he likes to take a lot of trips to different places. Well, Candy is actually, I think her trips involve working on plays or TV shows or different things like that. Well, that also was a discussion of the penthouse or townhouse that was purchased in New Jersey by Todd and his ex. And he expressed that he's not going to get rid of his townhouse or whatever. However, he did mention about the additional furniture and things that they have in Atlanta that they can take to that townhouse. So Todd also said that everything is disrupted when she's not there or he's not there, but he says she's gone all months, like for many months on end, 3 to 4 months and maybe more. We're going back to the townhouse situation. Todd says that his ex never took his name off the townhouse. Now, I like the fact that Marlo and Candy had a conversation in reference to raising children. And like I said earlier, Candy is not at home often. So the raising of children, you have to contribute that probably to her mother or nannies. And I can imagine her having Raleigh really young, and she's still with her group and singing and everything. So that is an opportunity for her mom to raise her, Raleigh, and watch over her until Candy, come back home and everything. But Marlo was acting, and if you know the relationship between Marlo and Candy, Candy has always questioned where Marlo's money comes from. But let me just be real about about this situation here. That's none of Candy's business. That's none of her business. Now, and she feels the same type of way if you would go and dig and dive into her businesses, how much you're making, how much you're netting from your mini business. I also like the fact that Candy told Marlo about associating blackness with struggle. Marlo was concerned that her nephews went from one level of living to another level of living as they move in with her, and she has been keeping them for about 3 years now. So there was a meeting where Raph, which is Drew's husband, Todd, which is Candy's husband, and Ross, which is Sanya's husband. And they were talking and everything, and talking about the kids and everything. So Todd brings up the assistant, and I think that Raph is full of stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's what I call a duty booty. He is full of it, okay? So here's the reason why I say that he is full of it. So yes, the men, they met with each other and they discussed and talked about issues and talked about, and even that particular interaction was boring. If you look at some of the other franchise and when their husbands get together, like New Jersey, they're pretty much turned up. You know, they have their own fun and they're turned up. They're basically, their reality and interaction is different from the ladies. I like the fact that Marlo is interacting and how she's interacting with her nephew, getting him ready for his homecoming dance, showing him, teaching him how to dance, and just making it fun and making him relax. You know, probably his first dance. He's very young. And I like the fact that she is more involved in that process. Raph flew out a glam squad to help Drew get ready for their date out. It seemed as if it was an event. I would presume that he did not want to talk about their problems, just talk about lovely things, and he said that they would leave their problems for a therapist. But if you understand some people, and especially women, many of us, we like to address the issue and the problems at that moment. And especially when it's a lovely moment, you don't have to get all in your feelings every time somebody mentions something. You know, that is your way to reflect on what that person is talking about or the issue that is bothering them. And if you do not have that with all in your heart to listen to someone and listen to their plights, it just seems like even later on there is a problem. I don't like the fact that Raph just got up from the table at a certain point. He's one of those persons, and particularly that character that you find in a man that is exhausting. He is exhausted. He is emotionally exhausting. If this is a real storyline, I don't like the fact that he's playing these little mental games. One of the things you have to consider is, how would I feel if I was in her shoes? Okay? As a spouse and a married person, it is your responsibility to make your significant other, your spouse, feel secure. Okay? So I think that if this storyline is real and there is an assistant, I think that he pretty much handled it incorrectly. Well, y'all let me know what you think about this show. Let me know what you think about each of the cast members: Marlo, Candy, Drew, Sanyas, Sheree, and Kenya. Let me know if you think that Sanya, Sheree, and Kenya is just going to be the messy crew, or you think it's something that just about to just go on to help them, build a storyline so that we can have something to see, I guess, for next season or next episode. So if I left something out, which I'm sure I did, just let me know. And in the comments below. And as always, I thank you guys for watching. Please like, share if you care, and comment below. And subscribe, okay? I would love to have you join my channel so that you can hear more content like this. And I'm sure it gets better. Thank you. Bye now.